Yeah. I will be going on my first portal outing. I thought if you could tell me what type of beast you got it from, I would be able to look for it. Nate was suddenly a little surprised. He thought about how Quinn was able to damage his solid body, even though no one had done such a feat before. He was sure the person would have been at least a second year. Let me give you a piece of advice then. On your first outing, they always use the green portals. You have the chance of going to one of three places: Cality, Alpin, and Bartney. Out of these three planets, you want to go to Cality. There in the desert, there's a winged creature. I can't remember the name, but there aren't many in the desert, so I'm sure if you see one, that will be it. That beast core is what we made the cape out of. Wait, did you say a desert? Quinn asked. Yeah, what's wrong with that? Don't worry. Thank you so much for the information. You've been a big help. I'm going to play a few more games now before my time is up. Oh, sure, go ahead. Do you mind if I watch? Nate asked. Quinn thought about it for a while. He was just fighting people. It wasn't like he was doing anything that suggested he was a vampire. Sure, go ahead. Quinn only had 20 minutes left inside the machine. His first match, he was against a level 4 user who had a transformation ability. His body was made of a rubber-like material, and he was able to stretch it as far as he liked. Quinn struggled against this opponent. The fighting style of the rubber man was strange, and when Quinn wasn't expecting it, he would be hit at an incredible speed. In the end, Quinn managed to get a few blood swipes in and hurt the man, but still ended up losing. Quinn's time in the game was up, and he had to leave. Nate, after watching Quinn for the whole time, had a strange thought lingering on his mind. Just what was Quinn's ability? After their battle, Nate had decided to check out the ability list to see if there was anything similar, and he could find no such thing. What Quinn didn't realize, though, was that all the opponents he had faced that day were thinking the same thing as Nate. They were wondering just what ability Quinn had. The user Quinn had just fought was so frustrated he decided to go onto the online forums and make a post. He shared a video of the match between himself and Quinn titled, "What ability is this? Is he a hacker?" The online forum had started to post comments just below about the video. "Yeah, I fought against him too, and he used those red lines on me. I lost in an instant. Is there really an ability like that in the game? It looks like Wind Slash, but why are the lines red?" The video started to ping the creators. One of the admin staff for the game came along and checked the video, but this person wasn't any ordinary admin. Logan Green was the son of the creator of the game and was one of the head coders. He often visited the forum to check for bugs while still attending school. Logan immediately could tell that the video was real. He searched up the two user IDs and then decided to look at the match information. After searching them up, he noticed that the player in the video had selected no ability. No, it couldn't be. Did he really manage to hack the system? Logan then began to dig in deep into the match and checked everything about it. He checked the log of the game and everything that had been written down as the match went on, but there wasn't a single thing he could find that was wrong. The next day, combat classes had resumed back to normal. Layla the other day had gone to register the team with Dell. The group became the talk of the class. After all, they were the only ones with such a huge difference in power levels between the team. Something that hadn't happened in the school before. Inside the second year's office, a group of first years had been called into the General Duke's office. Standing at the front of the first years was Earl, the same boy who had recently been hanging around with Peter, as well as the one who had broken his fingers. "I've made sure that the room will be empty for you tomorrow. Make sure you do as I asked. I need you to get rid of them," Duke said. "Yes, sir, we promise." "Good," Duke replied as he threw over a couple of beast crystals as well as a skill book. "You should be able to progress to level 4 with that skill. Carry on working hard and there will be more." The next day after combat classes had ended, Peter had messaged for Varden and Quinn to come to the training room on the east side. This room was usually off-limits to students, since it was also used as a room to store portals. "Did you get Peter's message?" Quinn asked. "Yeah, that's why I'm here. I knew those friends of his were bad news," Varden said. "Quinn, you stay behind. I can deal with this myself." "No way. He's my friend, too. I'm going to kick those guys' asses if it's the last thing I do." The room was large, and there were several large metallic objects with an oval shape in the middle. Each one of them had a glowing circle in the middle, shining with a different color. These were the portals that took them to another world. When they had entered the room, they could see that Peter was lying on the ground, badly hurt. Quinn and Varden looked around the room, but were unable to notice anyone. They both then rushed over to his side. What happened to you? Was it those first-year students? Varden shouted. Yeah, they got me pretty bad. They went out for just a moment. I don't think they're going to come back. All right, let us pick you up, Varden said, as he lifted Peter's hand over his shoulder. As the two of them picked up Peter, Quinn had a strange feeling. Inspect. Peter Chuck, HP 8 of 8. Varden, let go of him. It's a trap, Quinn shouted. But before Varden could even realize what was happening, Peter had broken free and immediately pushed Quinn as hard as he could. He had entered the portal. What have you done? Varden shouted. The color of the portal was red. The night before the incident, while Quinn was sound asleep waiting for the other two to return, Peter had been called out by the group of first years. They had added him as a friend on his communicator watch and was able to send a message whenever they wanted to call him. That night, they had asked to meet outside of the dorm room building. 5 of the first years were standing outside, including Earl. So I see it looks like your friends seem to still trust you, and you managed to get on their team then? Earl said as he lifted his hand to look at his watch. Oh, didn't I say to meet here at 8:30? It looks like you're a couple of minutes late. 2 of the first-year students then rushed over and grabbed Peter. One of them held his hand behind his back, while the other held out his right hand. 2 minutes late means 2 fingers, I'm afraid. Earl then held one of Peter's fingers. Wait, I'm sorry, I needed to be careful. I had to make sure Varden wasn't following me as you asked, Peter cried. Fine, I'll be generous, Earl said as he pushed down and snapped Peter's finger. Before Peter could even cry out in anger, he bit his tongue for fear that they might do something much worse if someone had heard him. The others watching flinched at the sight. Although they were helping Earl, even they feared him a little. It wasn't normal for someone to be able to hurt or break someone's bones so easily like that, but Earl was able to repeatedly do it easily as if it was nothing. We will only do 1 finger then, but you know what will happen if you're late again, Earl said as one of the first years came over and started to heal Peter's finger. As the student healed Peter's finger, he could feel Peter's body shaking. I called you out here because the general wants to have a meeting with you, Earl explained. The group of first-year students, including Peter, then started to escort him around the school. That's when Peter noticed that they had left the first-year campus building and had gone into the second-year buildings. Earl knocked on the door before entering, and only entered once he heard a voice. Come in, the man said. As they entered the room, there was a table and 2 chairs opposite each other. Sitting in one of the seats was the General Duke, who was in charge of the second year. You guys wait outside. I would like to talk with Peter on his own, Duke said. Relax, take a seat, no need to be afraid. Peter did as Duke asked and sat in the seat, but couldn't help but wonder why the general had asked to meet him. The general was one of the highest-ranking members in the whole city. There was only one person higher than him, and that was the head general. It seems those people have gone too far with you. Duke then placed his large hands on the table and looked Peter dead in the eye. Peter, would you like to have the power to fight back? Suddenly, Peter's dead eyes went slightly into life again as he heard those words. I looked at your file. You had no ability before coming here, and when you entered school, we gave you the Earth ability. Right now, you're only a level 1, but I can change that for you. Duke then pulled out several Earth skill books and threw them out on the table. I know you've been saving up trying to get your hands on these. With this, you can finally get out of the level 1 power range, and with that, your troubles would go away. You would be able to graduate from school with a good grade, join a company to go hunting, and earn a good wage for the rest of your life. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Duke said with a huge smile on his face. Peter couldn't keep his eyes off the skill books in front of him. These skill books were ones that only the military had a hold of. Now that Peter had the Earth ability, the only way he could improve his power was through these skill books. Then finally, he would no longer have to live his life in fear. Of course, these things don't come for free. The world doesn't work like that. Those men out there work for me. They do what I say, and in return, I offer them protection within the school and outside of the school. Not only that, but they get rewarded for doing well, he said as he held up one of the skill books. You're going on your first portal outing sometime soon, aren't you? Let me tell you, accidents happen all the time, and every year a student dies on another planet. Now, information has it that maybe this year, someone from that team of yours will go missing. You're a smart boy, so I think you can understand what I'm saying. Now, maybe that person will be you, maybe not. So, what's your answer going to be? His hands were now shaking as the realization had hit him. What the hell have you done? Varden shouted. I'm sorry, Peter said. You don't understand. I had to do it. What? Let me guess. Because you were being bullied? Because you were being threatened? Varden shouted as he continued to walk towards Peter, and at the same time, Peter would walk back. Do you not think Quinn has been going through the same thing as you? He's a level 1 just like you. And do you think they didn't try threatening me? But what have you done? You have basically sent Quinn to death. Did Varden and Quinn truly know what it was like to live his life? All Peter wanted was a normal school life, to go through it without any troubles. And someone was offering that to him. Maybe he took the easy way out, but he didn't feel that way. He had already gone through his own suffering before entering the academy, and even worse now that he was in the academy. Why did he have to be the one targeted by Earl and the others? But there was one thing that Varden said that did strike a chord with Peter. Did he ever try fighting back? He always thought it was useless. The outcome had already been decided, so why get hurt even more? Perhaps that's what made Duke and the others think he was an easy target in the first place. Then suddenly, Varden started grabbing his head. He started moving all over the place, swinging his head like crazy. I can't hold him back anymore, Varden. You have to try. If he takes over, who knows when I'll get control again. The shock is too much for him. Looking at Peter is only making his emotions stronger. As Varden looked up, Peter could see his eyes filled with tears, sadness. Then Varden looked towards the portal. No, what are you thinking? Peter shouted. Varden then turned around and looked at Peter. Peter, this is for your own sake, but you better hope I don't come back out of here alive. Varden then ran straight into the red portal, his body vanishing from the room.
Hi, Quinn here. Wondering what happens next? If you want to jump the queue and unleash all episodes, click on the link here and install the Pocket FM app.